President Biden says his American Families Plan will support children, teachers, and working families in rural America. The proposal is getting mixed reviews in farm and ranch country, but in an exclusive interview with the Montana Ag Network's Lane Nordland, Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack touted the plan's benefits.
President Biden's $1.8 trillion American Families Plan is being called a generation-defining investment in rural America by Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack. But many in the countryside are still weary of the proposal.
I think you have to recognize the context of the American Families Plan. Even before the pandemic, I think a lot of families, middle-class families, working families, were having a very difficult time making ends meet. And I think the American Families Plan is designed to do two very important things. First, to provide help and assistance to families so they can, in fact, make it. And then secondly, creating the opportunity for us to have an economy that is competitive and able to meet the challenges of the future.
To pay for the $1.8 trillion proposal, the administration is planning to impose higher taxes on corporations, high-income earners, and capital gains taxes on inherited assets, which has farmers and ranchers fearing they will not be able to pass on the family farm or ranch to the next generation. Secretary Vilsack promises that won't be the case.
If you are a farm family and the mom and dad pass away and pass the farm on to their children, and their children continue to own the farm and operate the farm, then there is no impact of stepped-up basis. There's no capital gains that needs to be collected at that point in time. It's just business as usual. If the children decide to sell the farm, then the stepped-up basis does get triggered. However, there is $1 million per person exemption. We've calculated between those two issues of being able to operate the farm without having any tax implication and the $1 million per person exemption, that 98.5% of farms and ranches in this country will not be impacted or affected by this at all.
Even with that assurance, many in rural America say a tax promise made by USDA is different than actual legislation passed by politicians. It's an issue groups like the American Farm Bureau will continue to advocate on behalf of the nation's farmers and ranchers. Reporting, Lane Nordland, MTN News.
And to watch Lane's entire conversation with the Agriculture Secretary, you can click on the Montana Ag Network tab on KTBQ.com.